Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you a new series. What if Naruto was neglected by everyone? I hope you guys enjoy this. Go ahead and tell me down below if you want me to continue and if you enjoy. And I'm also working on another series, but I'm not quite finished yet, so yeah, give me some time. So yeah guys, this is part 1 of What If Naruto was neglected by everyone. Also, go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Izuna Uchiha was Naruto's ancestor that I posted over on Anime King 2. And I also post a new episode of What If Naruto rebuild the Uzumaki clan. And on this channel, I post a new episode of What If Kaguya was Naruto's mother. So go ahead and check it out and enjoy. And remember, if you're new and it's the first time hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And yeah, without further ado, let's begin this new series. Begin the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
We start this series with a flash into the future, as we have a man standing on a rock, as his blonde hair blew through the wind, as he had a serious look on his face, with his eyes closed. It seems like it has begun, said someone beside him. Yes, it has. As he stood there, beyond the horizon, there was a group of thousands upon thousands of ninjas marching towards his location. As the man sensed them all coming, "Well then, shall we begin the battle?" he said, as there was a group of people behind him. That was a future that was to come, as we now go into the present time. To do this, the events up to Naruto's birth are going to change drastically. On one thing, Kushina and Minato survived. And also, Naruto wasn't the only child. He was a child of 3. His 2 sisters, Narumi, and also Mito. The third Hokage risked his life. He was the one who performed the seal. He wasn't as efficient in the seal like Minato, because Kushina had taught Minato. But the third Hokage still knew how to perform it. But still, he didn't do it the way that Minato would wanted. He placed 90% of the chakra and 100% of the soul inside Naruto, and 5% of the chakra in both girls. And the sign of that quickly showed, as Naruto once blue eyes that he was born with turned to red with slits as a side effect of him having 90% of the fox and 100% of his soul. The seal was strong, but the fox influence, it was strong as well. So Naruto's eyes would remain red with slits in them. But he was still a normal happy baby. Minato had to talk to the council, especially the civilian council, upon what happened to the fox. In this scenario, the fox strayed deeper into the village, killing more people, killing more families, loved ones, father, mothers, wife, husbands, children got slaughtered by the giant fox that night. The civilian council needed answer. They wanted to know where did the fox go, as Minato told them that the fox was sealed inside of his son, he said, as a haste. Seeing that only Naruto possessed markings of the fox, which was his red eyes, he could take the blame off of his 2 daughters. But that is where he did the worst mistake of his life, as the people of the village resented and hated that boy. Hearing that he possessed the fox inside of him, they thought that one day he will come back and wipe them all out. So the civilian council talked to Minato, as they wanted Minato to get rid of Naruto. As Minato was enraged when he heard that, he would never do something like that to his own son. As the people started to talk about impeachment, the Hokage wasn't fit for his duty. Most of them were still mourning the death of their loved ones, seeing that the fox came deeper in the village and most of their loved ones and their family members died. As they thought that Minato is leaving behind the beast and one day it will come back and finish what it started, but Minato would refuse all of their attempt. Up to the point where Kushina was walking down the road a couple months later as she was pushing her stroller with her 3 kids in it. She got assaulted by some random civilian, as they say that she has a demon child and they tried to attack her. But Kushina was no weakling and she was able to defend herself. But what shocked Kushina was that everyone else was on the street just watching. They didn't even care one bit. It seems like they wanted the civilian man to get rid of Naruto and the babies. Minato heard about that as he quickly sent the man to jail, and that sparked an uprising in the village. The village started to hate Minato, as they say, he's not doing what's best for them. That kid is a monster and he needs to be killed. And the assault kept on coming. Civilians alike started to attack, as Minato kept throwing them in jail, but they kept on revolting, saying that he's not fit to be Hokage. That kid must die after what he did, as Minato ensured them a multiple times that Naruto is not the fox. But after one civilian saw his eyes, seeing those red, slitted eyes, the news quickly spread that the demon taking over the boy, and Minato is protecting it. As one of the civilians, the high-ranking civilians talked to the fire daimyo and informed the fire daimyo that Minato is holding the fox inside the child and the demon would take over soon and destroy the village yet again. The fire daimyo couldn't allow that, seeing that Konoha was the village to back the fire country, and he couldn't allow the fox to destroy it. So he had a long chat with Minato, as he told him the people of the village want him to be impeached. They want that baby to get rid of, but yet Konoha needs the fox power, so Minato has to do something about it. That night, Minato had a long talk with Kushina in order to protect Narumi and Mito. And protect Kushina, he will do anything. As he looked at his baby boy Naruto, even sacrificed his son. So now we skip 6 years later, as a 6-year-old Naruto was running in an alley, as he was screaming as a ton of people were chasing after him. Get back here, you demon! You know it's time. As today was October the 10th, Naruto's birthday, as well as Narumi and Mito. You're going to pay for what you did back then. You're the reason why my brother is dead, a man said, as he threw a stone and hit Naruto right in the back, as Naruto fumbled a bit, as he then hit his foot on another stone, as he fell towards the ground, as the entire mob surrounded Naruto, as Naruto looked at them with plead and tears running down his face. Please, I haven't done anything. Please don't hurt me, Naruto said as he was crying, as he was looking at all of them, as they stood over him with all type of weapons. Meanwhile, Minato, Narumi and Mito were walking down the street. Ever since he allowed the people to take their revenge on Naruto, but they should not kill him because they need the power of the Nine-Tailed Fox. The people loved their fourth Hokage again. Well, it was especially the civilian council who wanted their revenge after so many people died after the fox attack. Today was now Mito and Narumi's birthday, as Minato and Kushina was going to buy them a cake. Narumi then heard screaming. Hey dad, what's that, she said. I don't know, said Minato, let's go. As she heard it again. I heard it too, said Mito. Let's go check, as the both of them ran off. Narumi, Mito, wait, said Kushina, as she ran behind them. As the both of them stopped, as they were looking down the alley. As Minato and Kushina arrived. As they stopped as well. As Narumi and Mito were looking, the both of them were frozen. On the ground was Naruto, as he just received a dose of beating. He had cuts and bruises over his body, but nothing fatal. As he was on the ground, begging the people to stop, but they weren't. As the people then stopped when they saw the family and turned and looked at them, as Mito and Narumi were in total rage, as they start to run, but they were grabbed by Kushina and Minato. "What are you doing, Mom and Dad? Let us go," said Mito. "Yeah," said Narumi. "No," said Minato. "He won't be killed. Allow them to do what they have to do." "That's right," said a civilian. "This brat has to pay for what he did." "What are you talking about?" said Narumi. "Let me go," as she looked at Kushina, who was crying, but Narumi didn't care. Why were they allowing this to happen to their brother? Ever since they were growing up, Naruto has been distanced from them. His room was a far way from their room, as they had to go through the alley, and it doesn't even look like a room, seeing that he has bars in front of his door. He doesn't even eat with the family. They only see him sometime, and they barely talk. But from that short amount of talking, Narumi and Mito find out that Naruto is a good person and a loving brother. As they couldn't understand or comprehend what is going on right now, how could Mom and Dad allow this to happen? As Minato then held on to Narumi and turned her, as Kushina did the same for Mito, as they start to pull them away, as they heard Naruto crying echoing through their heads. As Minato simply walked away. "I'm sorry, Naruto," he said. "I must do the best for the village," he said as he walked away, pulling a screaming Mito and Narumi away as well. Later that night, Naruto lay in the alley. He was unconscious, but his wounds were fully healed, thanks to the fox being in him, and more of the fox power. His regeneration ability was a lot stronger, but he still went through so much crap. As Naruto woke up, as he looked around, as tears, mark, were still on his face. So they're finally gone, he thought. As he picked up himself, as he instantly dropped back to his knees, he still felt pain in his body. His vision was also blurry, seeing that he lost so much blood. As he looked on the ground, to see the ground stained with his blood. Every time he said while crying, "Why? Why does this always have to happen to me?" As a memory then hit him. He remembered seeing his mother and father, also his two sisters, just standing there. The beatings were getting worse by the more he grew up. When he was 4, the beatings start. It would be throwing stone or something like that, but now they hunt him down and beat him, especially on this day, October 10th, his birthday. Last year they beat him to an inch of his life, and he lay on the ground suffering. When he got home, his mother and father saw the blood on him and his torn up clothes, but neither of them said anything. Naruto knew that they knew, but it seemed like they didn't really care about him. So he just stopped talking and thinking about that. But for them to stand there and seeing him get beaten like that, and not even lift a finger, his heart was breaking into pieces. As he slowly made his way home. Going home, people saw him and glared at him, as a few more stones were thrown and hit him right in the face, shoulders, and in the back. But he took all of that pain and arrived home. When he arrived, he opened the door to hear screaming. As he entered and saw Narumi and Mito screaming at Kushina and Minato. "Calm down," said Minato. "I will explain everything," he said. As Kushina then turned, "Naruto," she said. As Naruto looked at her, his clothes was still covered in blood, and it was all torn up. "I guess we need to get you some new clothes," she said like nothing ever happened. As Narumi then cursed. "What the hell is wrong with you people?" she said. "Didn't you see what happened today?" "Yeah," said Mito. "Why? Why would you allow that to happen to him?" As Naruto started to walk away, "Naruto, wait," said Mito. As Mito got out of her seat, "No, Narumi," said Minato. As Narumi placed a hand on his shoulder, as Naruto slapped away her hand. "Leave me alone," he said, as he walked away to his room. As Narumi stood there, "This is because of you," she said as she looked at Minato and Kushina. "This is your fault. You treated him so badly. You watched him get beaten today after we were going to do something. But you stopped us, So now he hates us, said Mito. Why? Tell me, why did you allow him to get beat like that? By those people? Sit down, said Minato. It's time we talk. Minato knew the only way for the girls not to hate both him and Kushina, they will have to lie. So, they told the girls about the Nine Tail and about that it's sealed inside of all of them. The girls were freaking out when they heard that, to hear that they have it as well. But Minato told them to calm down and told them they only have 5% of the chakra and that will not affect them. It's not the soul to influence them. As Kushina told them that Naruto has 100% of the soul and 90% of the chakra. That is why his eyes are red with slits. It's a side effect of a fox. But they still don't understand why they allow him to get beat like that. Right here, Minato knew that he had to lie. It's because, said Minato, the demon might take over him one day. Naruto is not stable as he seemed to be. Don't let that calm look fool you. Inside, he's really a demon who can attack you at any point. So you have to be wary of him. No, I don't believe you, said Mito. It's true. That is why everyone of the village hate him. The demon influenced Naruto. That demon destroyed a great portion of the village 6 years ago. And Naruto is now that demon. So don't let it fool you. What? Said Narume. So, Naruto is evil? Yes, but sometimes he has control over himself. But most time it's a demon. So that is why the people of the village hate him. So I want you two to stay away from him, okay? Said Minato. As Kushina's heart was breaking. But in order to protect her two girls, the things that they have went through in the last 6 years, they will have to sacrifice Naruto. And they will have to lie to the girls. As Narume and Mito were now scared of Naruto hearing that, knowing that the demon might come back and destroy the village and kill them. So they ate in silence, as the both of them then went to their room, as they had a lot to think about. Meanwhile, Kushina got some food, as she went to the hall. As she got to his door, as she knocked on it, as she placed down the food and went away. A few seconds later, Naruto came out, as he saw the food on the table, as he quickly picked it up and brought it in his room, as he was really hungry. As he sat down on his bed, nothing was really in his room. It was just a bed and a small table. There was also a box with his clothes inside of it that would be washed and put inside when he left the house by Kushina. Life has been really hard for Naruto, and he didn't understand why everyone hated him and treated him like a monster. But he could guess it was his eyes. That was part of the reason most of the villagers told him that he has those demonic eyes. But at least, not everyone hate him. There is the old man and Amy. Those two people at Ichiraku Ramen, they talk to him like a normal person. And when he's hungry, they gave him ramen for free. And he loved them for that. So he would just keep on holding on to that as he ate his food and went to bed. The next day, Naruto was at Ichiraku Ramen as he was enjoying a bowl of ramen. He was surprised that none of the civilians that usually beat him was out here. He hasn't seen sight of any of them as he wondered what happened. As he was scarfing down the ramen, he was there as Amy was sitting at the counter. She had a strange expression on her face. When Naruto asked her what was wrong, she told him that everything was fine and to just keep on eating. After a few minutes of eating, Naruto felt something. As his eyes started to see dizzy, everything looked weird and blurry. As he felt a strong headache. What's going on? He said, as he placed down the ramen bowl and clutched his head. Naruto, I'm sorry, said Amy. What do you mean? Naruto asked. As he then heard a voice behind him. You really thought anyone cared about you, brat? As Naruto turned to see a group of civilians, as all of them were holding weapons. As he then got up off the stool, but he fell to the ground. What's going on? He said. Why don't you go ahead and tell him? Said one of the civilians. As the old man and Amy was standing there, "Naruto, we had to," said the old man. "Had to what?" "Oh, let me inform you, brat. They poison your food. Not anything to kill you, but something to stop you from running away. So we can beat the crap out of you, and you will just stay there and feel every ounce of agonizing pain." As Naruto looked at Amy and the old man with wide eyes, as he couldn't believe they would do that to him. One of the reasons for doing that is that the people of the village threatened that they would burn down their shop. As Amy started to cry as she watched one of the civilians grab Naruto by the leg and start to pull him away, as the people on the street just stood there and watched, with smiles on their face like they were enjoying it. As both Amy and the old man was crying, the civilians found it strange. Naruto took all of the beating, everything, without saying a word. It seemed like he was broken. He wasn't even talking or saying a word. He was just taking everything. When they were done with him, he was a bloody mess in the corner. As Naruto was unconscious, his body was then picked up by someone. Some hours later, Naruto woke up. As he was lying down on a bed, as he quickly shot open his eyes, his wounds were healed, but he still was in tremendous pain. As he looked around, "Where am I?" he wondered. As the door opened, as Naruto quickly got on his guard, as he was about to run. "Ah, it's okay," said a voice. As Naruto turned and saw it was a woman with pink hair. The woman saw that he still wanted to run as he was looking for any ways of escapes as he looked at the glass window. "My name is Ren Haruno. I found you in the alley. You were beaten pretty badly. Don't worry, you're safe now," she said. As Naruto looked at her strange. "Why would you help me?" he said. "Don't you know who I am?" "Yes, I do," she said. "You're the demon boy everyone keep talking about. But I don't care. I couldn't allow myself to leave you there suffering in pain and agony. So I brought you home. You must be hungry," she said, as she went out. As Naruto looked around the room, as he saw, there was a picture frame of her. A small girl with pink hair as well, and a man with pink hair as well. As he wondered who was this Ren woman. She wasn't scared of him like other people and tried to beat him. He was the one they call the demon brat. He still don't know why they call him that name. Because all through that, the villagers has never said why. They just kept on beating him. That is why he don't understand. He then remembered something that brought tears to his eyes. Amy and the old man. They sold him out. They poisoned his food for him to die. But those thoughts were quickly cut away as Ren entered back the room. "Hello again, Naruto," she said, as she looked at him. "You know my name?" "Yeah, I know your name." As she had a pot in her hand, it seemed to be steaming. As she then spoke again, "Seeing that you're the one who is responsible for all my misery." As Naruto looked at her, her tone suddenly changed into pure anger. "You demonic brat," she said to him. As Naruto started to back away, as his back hit the wall. "You think anyone care about you?" she said. You're responsible for my husband's death. Go ahead, look at him," she said, as she gestured for Naruto to look at the picture, as he did. "You squashed him that night with your giant feet, killing my husband. And for that, I will enjoy seeing you suffer." As she doused Naruto with some hot water right in his face, as Naruto screamed out in pain and agony as the water was burning his flesh. She then heard something behind her. "Mom, I'm back from my play date." As she turned around, damn it, she wasn't supposed to be here so soon. "Sakura, don't come in here, honey." As Sakura came in the room. "Hey mom, what?" As Sakura dropped her bag on the ground, as she saw a boy on the bed, screaming as he tried to wipe something off his face, as her mother was standing near the pot. "Mom, what's going on?" Sakura asked. "What are you doing to this poor boy?" "He's not any poor boy," she said. "He is the one who killed your father." Hearing that, Sakura looked at Naruto. "Him? Why?" she asked. "He has a demon inside of him. That demon killed your father. He's a monster. I never want you to play or go anywhere near him." Now get out of here so I can take my revenge. As she then heard the window broke. As she turned to see Naruto jump through the window. Damn it, he got away. As Sakura stood there. Mom, he was just a kid like me. I told you, that's no kid. He's a demon. A demon in a human boy's flesh. Never, and I mean never, I want to see you anywhere near him. He's a beast, an abomination, okay? Do you understand me? Yeah, said Sakura. Now, go put your bag upstairs. A distance away, curled up in the alley, was Naruto, as his face was burned, but it was slowly healing. As Naruto was crying yet again, it happened again. Someone tricked him, and he fell for it. As he didn't know what to do anymore, everything has finally taken its load on him. Ichiraku Ramen, the old man and Amy, they betrayed him. As Naruto didn't understand. Enough crying, said a voice, as Naruto turned to see a weird, white creature coming from the ground. As he looked at it, What are you? Naruto said. As the creature shot towards him, that was the last thing Naruto saw as he was knocked out. Sometime later, Naruto woke up, as he didn't know how long he has been knocked out for. As he was on the ground, as his eyes slowly adjusted to the room that he was in, as he looked around, he was in a dark cave of something. As he then heard something tapping behind him, as he quickly turned around to see a man. He had a scythe in his hand. As Naruto looked at him, he had long, white hair. He was wearing a black robe. Who are you? Naruto said in a stuttered voice. The one to help you, the man said. What? Said Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto. That's your name, right? As Naruto looked at him, didn't want to answer at first. He was afraid this man was tricking him to get close, and then he's going to hurt him again. As he felt his face, at least his face was healed. He didn't know how he could heal so quickly, but he was grateful for that. That's your name, right? Said the man. Yeah, said Naruto, as he looked at the man. You have been through so much, young boy. As Naruto quickly got to his feet, as he started to back away. You know me as well. You're going to hurt me, he said, as he started to cry. No, trust me, I won't lay a finger on you. Then what do you want? Naruto asked. I am here to help you. No, Naruto said. What do you mean no? Said the man. People say that over and over again, yet they keep on hurting me. I won't fall for it this time. Well, I'm different, Uzumaki Naruto. I'm truly here to help you, and I won't harm you in the slightest way. I want to make you strong. Huh? Said Naruto. Yes, I want to make you strong. The only reason the people of the village is harming you is because you're weak right now, and you cannot defend yourself. But if you stick with me, I will make you gain power. Power that you can use to rival against your enemies, so that you won't be harmed, or betrayed, or suffered anymore. And why would I trust you? Said Naruto. Because I'm the only one you have right now. I have to get home, said Naruto. Where am I? Why do you want to go home? Do you want to go back to that place where everyone beat you and looked at you with such shame and disgust? As Naruto looked down, I guess you're right, he said. But still, I can't stay out here. So where am I? You're far away from Konoha, but don't worry, you'll get back home quickly. Alright, said Naruto. So, how can I get stronger? Well, I have a way. Tell me, Uzumaki, do you know what this eye is? The man said. As he showed Naruto his one eye, his other eye was blank. No, I don't, said Naruto. Seems you are still too young. But I will tell you, it's a Sharingan. A Sharingan? What's that? Said Naruto. It's a powerful dojutsu. Huh? Said Naruto. Well, just think of it as a powerful eye that grant the user incredible abilities. Really? Said Naruto. So how do you get it? I was born with it, he said. Well, mostly my genes allow me to activate this eye. So, will I get that eye? Naruto asked. Oh no, you're not a Uchiha. Uchiha? Yeah, I heard that word before. Uchiyas. I don't remember what, but I heard it before. Have you started going to the academy yet? The man asks. No, not yet. It's next year, said Naruto. Even though I'm not looking forward to it. It's just gonna be school, with a lot of people hating me same way. There's a lot you need to know, Uzumaki Naruto. There's a lot I will tell you. And yes, I will grant you power. I will make you strong. Why? Why are you willing to help me? Naruto asks. He has been through so much, he's not willing to trust people so easily. Because I was at the village to check up on a certain clan to see how it has evolved over the decade when I heard your screams. And I saw how much the people of the village are putting you through. And then I got the information on you to know that you have the 9 tails inside of you. Naruto's eyes snapped open wide when he heard that. He had heard about that when he was hiding. A great 9-tailed beast came and attacked the village. And there were stories that his father was the one who defeated it. What do you mean I have the 9-tailed fox? Said Naruto. Oh, you don't know? Yes, you have the 9-tailed fox sealed inside of you. That is why the people of the village hate you so much. That is why they despise you. You have that great beast. As Naruto looked onto himself. What? Where is it? He said. Oh, you can't see it right now. I don't even think you have the link to talk to it the way you are right now. But even if you were, I don't want you to talk to it, said the man. What do you mean? Said Naruto. I want you to use that fox. Use its power. That is why I am going to bestow something on you. Bestow something on me? What do you mean? Before I do that, said the man, let me ask you something. Through your 6 years of living, you have gone through so much, haven't you? So much problems, so much suffering. Would you want there to be a world where there is no suffering? Where no one dies, no one treats you bad, no one mistreats you or call you a demon, a brat or anything like that? Yeah, said Naruto. But how would I get a world like that? Well, my dream can accomplish a world like that. But Uzumaki Naruto, you will have to follow everything I say, even after my death. Huh? Said Naruto. Yes, I'm dying soon. But before that happens, I want you to be my successor. I'm going to bestow my dreams and hope on you. And I want you to fulfill all of them. I'm going to give you the power that you can do it all. But I ask you, Uzumaki Naruto, will you? A world where there's peace, where no one will hurt me, and I'll be safe, and no one will betray me? Yeah, said the man. Okay, said Naruto. I will do whatever it takes. That is exactly what I was hoping for. Alright, Uzumaki Naruto. First of all, you can tell no one about our meeting. Hey, said Naruto, you know my name, but what's your name? Oh, it's Madara Uchiha. As Madara was waiting for a reaction, but he got none, seeing that Naruto didn't know who he was. Madara Uchiha, huh? I'll call you Madara, he said. Sure thing, kid. Now, the power I'm going to bestow on you. As Madara looked down, I have already gave my Rinnegan to Nagato, but Obito has already set out and started the plan so early, since he want that girl back. He might as well just go and wreck things, but this boy here, he has been through so much, and a benefit he's a Uzumaki, so the cells would bond greater with him, those of the Senju cells. Once I do that, I believe he can achieve the final stage of the Sharingan on his own. All of that in due time though. For now, I must get the boy completely loyal to me, and to me alone. Madara, said Naruto, snapping Madara out of his thoughts. Oh yes, young Naruto. As I told you, the Sharingan is a great dojutsu, one which I will implant in you. What? Said Naruto, what do you mean by that? Don't worry of the details, just know you will become strong. But you said you're going to die, so what will I do then? Don't worry, I have that covered. And in the future, I want you to revive me. Revive you? Said Naruto. What do you mean by that? Well, there is an ability that I just know that you will gain after I finish doing what I'm going to do. That ability can bring back anyone from the dead, and I want you to use it to bring me back. Really? Said Naruto. Can someone really bring someone back from the dead? Yes. That is how powerful the eyes are. So, Uzumaki Naruto, what do you say? You have told me things that no other villagers or anyone has ever told me. You are helping me. So of course, I will do everything within my power to bring you back. Okay, Uzumaki Naruto. So now, the training will be hard. It will be intense. The Zetsus will push you to your limit to do things that you have never done before. Do you think you can handle this training? If it allows me to get strong, I will go through anything, said Naruto. Well then, it seems like I was right. Huh? Said Naruto. Just talking to myself, he said. But don't worry, you will gain the power that you're seeking. And you will bring that world to reality. But along the way, you will have to give up this soft, goody two-shoes attitude that you have. Huh? Said Naruto. You're too soft right now. And people will take advantage of you because of that. You will have to become strong and ruthless to take down anyone in your path to gain what you seek. Do you understand me? Do you mean like killing? Said Naruto. Exactly. You will have to kill. You're living in a cruel, horrible world, and to survive, you will have to turn dark. You'll have to take down a few loose ends to achieve your plan. But don't worry, all of it will work out in the end because I, Madara Uchiha, will make you the strongest ninja to ever live. But guys, I'm ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. Comment down below and tell me if you want part 2 guys, and if you want me to continue. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace.